Hello and welcome to the FWI News Review. I'm Tim Ralph. Farmers could be saved thousands of pounds with pockets of England set to be stripped of their nitrate vulnerable zone status. Successful appeals against designations could have implications for all the farms in the same drainage area, meaning people no longer need to invest in additional slurry storage facilities. Such producers would be removed from the MVZ without even having to appeal, according to the NFU. So far, more than 100 of the 600 appeals have been concluded, and areas where they've been successful include pockets within Devon, Cumbria, Somerset and Cheshire. Italian tractor maker Landini has launched a new range of high-spec, compact tractors in the UK. Often seen as sitting at the lower spec end of the market, this range revamp could put the manufacturer's tractors up there with the big boys. The Power Mondial got the thumbs up from the FW machinery buffs, who described it as a great little tractor to drive. Fancy one? Well, if you do, you'll need to find the thick end of £45,000. The government is pushing ahead with plans to share the cost of animal disease with farmers, despite the absence of proposals in the Queen's speech. Proposed legislation outlining so-called responsibility and cost-sharing plans in England will be tabled in the new year. The news has fuelled fears that ministers will ride roughshod over the recommendations of a stakeholder group examining the best way forward, which isn't due to report its findings for another year. Government advisor Rosemary Radcliffe rejected the suggestion that the draft bill meant ministers had already made up their minds about the new animal health body. Because of devolution, farmers in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, meanwhile, are free to make their own arrangements. Farm incomes have risen by 25% in real terms in the UK this year, according to first estimates from DEFRA. Falling input costs have more than compensated for lower output, taking average incomes to about £23,000, their highest level in a decade. Also contributing has been the sharp hike in the 2009 single farm payments and agri-environment scheme payments, due mainly to an increase in the value of the euro against sterling. Industry figures expressed surprise at the estimates, suggesting they may be over-optimistic. And finally, are you a budding David Bailey? Have you got photos that you think are a bit special? If so, you'll want to enter the 2009 Farmers Weekly photo competition. Isabel Davis has the details.
Taking pictures is much easier than it used to be. Now everyone's got a digital camera. But taking a great shot is something else. We're talking the sort of picture that makes people stop and stare. Over the years, FW's photo comp has managed to attract some amazing entries, and we're hoping this year is no exception. There are 6 categories: arable scenes, livestock scenes, nature and wildlife, which also includes landscape shots, people, pets and humour. You can enter in one of 2 ways. You can either upload pictures direct to the website by following the instructions at fwi.co.uk/photocomp2009, or you can email them to us. But make sure you follow the instructions about what to include in the email. The closing date for entries is the 4th of December. We'll then pick 6 winners who will each win £100 and have their photos feature in FW magazine over Christmas. Happy snapping!
That's all from me this week. For all the latest news, visit fwi.co.uk.